In this lesson, we're going to simulate displaying database data in a form. Or really what we're going to be doing is displaying database data using some labels as if it was on a form, and then we're going to recreate that look in the next lesson with a form so that we can actually add data to our film's database. So let's get started. We're going to call this program filmform.py. First thing we do is import the important libraries. Next step is to set up our database connection and our cursor. Set the row factory. Execute our SQL statement, our select statement. Get our rows using fetch all. Now we're ready to write out some HTML. So the first thing, of course, is our header, content type. And begin our HTML. And here's where we're going to generate dynamic data. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the dynamic data in a Python for loop so that for each row of the rows of return data, what we're going to write out is one line that consists of the title of the film. Here we're going to put a hard space followed by our format string variable %s, followed by a break, followed by the data that we want, which is in the first row. Then for the second line, that's the year, our string, a break, and then the row 1 data. And then finally, the director's name. So that's the label, a hard space, the format string, a break, although we could not have the break and just go to the end of the paragraph. Doesn't really matter there. And then row 2, 2 parentheses to close. Then write an end of paragraph, and we'll do that for each record in the data set. Then when we're finished, when we've run out of data, then we close off our HTML, like so. So let's save the file. Come back to our Python 27 directory. Load our CGI HTTP server. That's running. Now open a browser and then navigate to localhost 8000 CGI bin, filmform.py, and there's our data. So as you see, the first time through it found the row 0 was Annie Hall, row 1 was 1977, and row 2 was Woody Allen. Then went to the second row. Row sub 0 was The Godfather, row sub 1 was 1972, and row sub 2 was Francis Ford Coppola. There's the program again. And as you see, we haven't done anything new that we haven't already done. All we're doing is combining some of our techniques. Here we're combining writing out HTML with retrieving row data using a format string. So what's nice about programming is that you can learn individual steps or individual processes and put them together, and things aren't really all that complex. We've already learned how to generate HTML using sys standard out write, and then putting the HTML in a string, and we've also learned how to retrieve data using our SQLite commands along with Python. And here we are just combining them so that we're displaying database data using HTML. Now we're ready to move to the next step, where we use form processing to actually add data to the database. And we'll see how to do that in the following lesson.